Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got something super cool to share with you. A fun project where we build a tic-tac-toe game using AWS. Yep, we'll be hosting the game online. Here's the game in action, a super cool tic-tac-toe game powered by AWS. It's hosted on the cloud, serverless, and a lot of fun. Let's get started. The service used, are S3 hosted the game's frontend, AWS Lambda handled the backend logic, and API Gateway connected the two, with IAM ensuring secure access and permissions. Let's start with building project by step 1. Set IAM permissions for Lambda. Go to the IAM service. Click on Roles and then Create Role. Select AWS Service as the trusted entity type, and choose Lambda as the use case. Click Next. Attach the following policies: AWS Lambda Basic Execution Role, Amazon API Gateway Invoke Full Access. Provide a name for the role, for example, Tic-Tac-Toe Role, and click Create Role. Role has been created. Next, let's build the front end in step 2. I created an index.html file to design the game board layout and a script.js file to manage user interactions. The setup includes a simple 3x3 grid for the board, with JavaScript handling the game logic and moves. Both files are stored in a GitHub repository for easy access and version control. Now, we need to host our frontend. S3 is perfect for this. Go to the S3 service and click Create Bucket. Provide a unique bucket name, for example, GameHost, and select your region. In the Object Ownership section, select ACLs Enabled, choose Bucket Owner Preferred. Scroll down and uncheck Block All Public Access. Acknowledge the warning that the bucket will be publicly accessible. Click the Create Bucket. GameHost name of bucket is used, so change it to GameHost1. Click the Create Bucket. Your GameHost1 bucket have been created. Navigate to the Permissions tab of your newly created S3 bucket. Scroll down to the Bucket Policy section and click Edit. Paste the following bucket policy into the editor, replacing your bucket name with your bucket's name. Click Save Changes to apply the policy. Let's add the brains to our game, the backend. We use AWS Lambda to process the game logic. Go to the Lambda service and click Create Function. Choose Author from scratch and provide function name, Tic-Tac-Toe function. Next runtime, Python 3.9. Go to Permission. In that, click to an exciting role, select the role you created earlier, Tic-Tac-Toe role, and click Create Function. In the Lambda function editor, paste the Python code from your GitHub Lambda function file. This code handles the game logic, including updating the game grid, checking for wins or draws, returning results to the front end. Once the code is pasted, click Deploy to save and activate your function. To link the front end and back end, we set up API Gateway. Go to the API Gateway. Choose REST API, Private, and click Build. Provide a name for the API, for example, Tic-Tac-Toe API, and click Create API. Under the API you just created, click on Create Resource. In the resource name field, enter Game. Click on Cross. Click Create Resource. Go to /game resource, click Create Method. From the drop-down, select Post and check the Use Lambda Proxy Integration option. Enter your Lambda function and click Method. Go to /game resource, click Create Method. From the drop-down, select GA and check the Use Lambda Proxy Integration option. Enter your Lambda function and click Method. Select /game resource, click Enable resource. Check the box for Post and Get in Access Control Allow methods. Click Save. Click on Deploy API. In the stage, choose New Stage. Enter the stage name prod and click Deploy. Note the invoke URL. You'll use this in your frontend. Next, step 6 is connecting frontend with backend. Before that, we should enable static website hosting in your bucket. Go to the Properties tab. Scroll down to the Static Website Hosting section and click Edit. Select Enable Static Website Hosting. In the Index Document field, enter index.html. In the Error Document field, enter error.html. Click Save Change. Now go to Lambda function that we created. Now go to the Configuration tab. In that, click on Tigger section. Copy the API endpoint link. Go to script.js file on the local machine. Paste the API endpoint link into API URL section on the script.js file. Now uploaded the game files like index.html, script.js and error.html into the created GameHost1 bucket on S3. Access your game via the S3 public URL, play the game, and test the functionality of game state updates, win/draw logic, and board resets. Awesome! Our game works perfectly, fully functional and hosted online. And that's it. A cloud-powered tic-tac-toe game with AWS. Try it out and let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool projects. See you next time.